Alright. Yeesh. So, if you're unaware of the circumstances, which you may be, surrounding this salmon run, I'm alone. And I'm alone because, oh boy, okay. Sorry. Hopefully I'm fine with this, but, this is late because at approximately, like 2 p.m., the power went out. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? It's a very clear day out. It was clear, maybe a little windy. So I look it up, and it's like, oh, this is an intentional power outage for tree trimming. And I'm like, why, why must you inconvenience me in this manner? You bitch is. So I'm like, whatever. It said it'd be done by 3, and I'm like, you know, maybe I could go do this dog that I have to do, like, late in the afternoon. That causes some problems for my streaming schedule, but no, can't do that because it's too early. I gotta leave for that dog at like, you know, around 4ish or something. So I'm like, okay, I can survive like an hour doing nothing. So like chilling on my phone and watching Super Mega Baseball 2, and then I come back. Or, you know, it's like past 3, and I'm like, all right, where's the power? Like, there's still no power. At like 3:15 or whatever, the power comes back online. But the internet won't work. So I'm like, okay, well, the power's back, so that's clearly not it. So I tried, you know, restarting the router, unplugging it, plugging it back in. Well, I did that first, and then I remembered there was a reset button. So then I hit the reset button with a pencil. Not sure why they make them so small so they're hard to hit, so that you don't accidentally reset your dang router. But like, still, a bit annoying. And nothing worked. It still didn't work. I tried it multiple times across time before giving up. And I was like, oh god, what do I do? So I just kind of watched like YouTube and streams on my phone for several hours. I kind of took a nap, took a little nap. I wouldn't even count it, honestly. And still nothing. It still wouldn't happen. So then, you know, I go downstairs to try it again, and my mom's like, yeah, I called, and someone will be around. Okay, we're good. Someone will be around 12 to 2 tomorrow. So that would essentially be 24 hours without internet for no reason, because some dickheads at the electric company wanted to shut down internet because they wanted to trim a tree. Now, if you ask me, I think that like it should just be illegal or something to plant trees like that close to power lines for this very obvious reason. I don't know why it's a thing. Because power lines are everywhere and it ruins the harmony and aesthetic that the decoration the trees can make. That's bullshit if it means that I have to spend approximately 24 hours at worst without internet in this modern era, because apparently your router can just fuck off like during this during a power outage. Well, not during, but after a power outage. So I was definitely not pleased about this whole thing. I was very angry, extremely angry. Being relegated to a phone fucking sucks. Number one, you have you have a tiny screen instead of like a big screen where you can see everything, so you have to kind of like awkwardly scroll through pages to read all the text, and then turning on rotation on your phone is actually hell. I hate that. I hate that, especially like for watching shit. I accidentally sent a tweet that said I don't. I didn't want to actually finish that tweet, so but I just sent a tweet that said I don't because the rotation was weird, and I guess I accidentally sent the tweet. I'm just like and like, you know, you can on the LG G4 at least, you can have like a kind of split screen thing going on. The problem with that, I've learned, is that it like doesn't work with Twitch and YouTube and stuff. And normally with a lot of Twitch and YouTube stuff, I just listen to it while I browse Twitter or do something else. In this case, it would have been searching a solution, how to how to fix this router situation, which I didn't find one, by the way. Where am I going? So, yeah, that was a problem. It just didn't work. It works with, like, you know, Chrome, some, like Discord, I think. Line, please follow me. Please follow me. Oh my god. Oh well. So I was like, well, it's been a while since I dusted my computer, so maybe I can do that, since obviously you aren't going to be using your computer if you're de-dusting it. Did I say dusting? I meant de-dusting. So, I was about to do that, but, number one, I looked like, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to unplug everything, and then I looked back at everything, and I was like, I really don't want to unplug all this. Especially, like, one of my monitors has that shit cable. It's not HDMI, you know, the ones with, like, the 2 prongs on the side. And that's, like, impossible to pull out of my, computer. Even if you unscrew the shit, it's just impossible. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with that alone, let alone everything else. And then, like, forgetting to plug something in and blah, blah, blah. So I just kind of didn't do it. Also, my brother had his girlfriend over, and I thought they would go in the basement, which is where I like to do the dusting. De-dusting. Well, I say that as if I do it frequently or whatever. I've done it once, but I don't want to do it outside because that's where bugs are. I don't want a bug getting in my fucking computer. Something like that. There's dirt and dust and shit. There's probably even more dust out there. Oh lord. I can't. I tried. It fizzles out too quickly. God damn it. I just wanted to get rid of the snipers, and then I figured once I got rid of the snipers, then my teammate won't have much opposition for healing the other ones now that they aren't being fired upon, but no. So yeah, I pretty much just accepted defeat. I did try, like, I was like, I read something online where it's like, remove it for like 30 minutes instead of 30 seconds. I don't know why it's like 30 seconds, that seems so arbitrary. But I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it. So I removed it for an hour. Not because I'm like, well, why stop at 30 minutes? And also it was out for an hour. Like the power was out for an hour. So I figured maybe like another hour would kind of reset it or something. Reset what was wronged. So I did that. Still didn't work. So I'm like, oh God, what do I do with myself? I'm so bored. Like I can only watch or listen to streams on the phone for so long, and you barely chat because I hate phone keyboards. Literally every time I want to hit space on a phone keyboard, I hit comma instead. I'm just like, please just stop. That's awkward. That's weird. Not awkward, but that's weird. Like a friend request out of nowhere. All right, I guess I'll take this cannon. Yeah. So, I tried that, and then, well, basically, here's where the solution comes in. And when I say solution, I mean it's stupid. Basically, the whole problem was the game was saying that, it couldn't, not the game, the computer was saying, yeah, there's no DNS server. Are you for real with this? Okay, see, now I got out of there to, throw a grenade in the thing. You bitch. So, this is why I can't trust people. Hey, Novell, I was talking about my computer being out. Oh, this part of the story might actually be really funny to you. But yeah, I was like, I'm so bored, what do I do? Like, oh yeah, I forgot. In the intermittent period, I was like, okay, well, Salmon Run is a thing, right? So, you can do Salmon Run solo, right? Like, Gavin and I have done it with 2 players before. So I booted up Splatoon 2 to be like, okay, maybe I could just wait out a timer and just do a little pretendy salmon run, you know? it would still count as a salmon run, right? So I did that, and Salmon Run was closed. I was pleasantly surprised by it immediately skipping the Squid Sister clones, at least, and I kind of wish that was just a thing that you could change as per usual. So, yeah. The thing was that Salmon Run, despite it being open, I guess it couldn't update to being open, so the gates were closed. And I wonder if it stays open or if it's just always closed whenever you're offline. I didn't actually know. I'd imagine it's the latter, but my hopes were shattered there, so I'm like, what else can I do? So then I booted up Odyssey, and I did about 15 minutes of lunch and free running attempts before I got kind of bored. I think I got the spin pound a bit more consistently though somehow. Just kind of like exert a little mental energy to getting the button combination right seemed to have helped. But of course Cappy wouldn't stay long enough, so that was annoying. So then I'm like, okay, I did nothing. I watched some streams, you know, the NLSS and stuff. And when I say watch, I mean kind of like just listened. Watched another stream, I think, I don't know. And then I'm like, okay, I'm bored again. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can boot up Overwatch and play bot games. So I opened Battle.net and it's like, well, some services aren't available. And I'm like, oh yeah, obviously. But I booted up Overwatch anyways, and then it greeted me with this login screen. So I'm like, can you really not play Overwatch offline, like for no reason? Like, why do you even need login information if I'm not online? It doesn't matter. Like, I can't play online anyways. But I went back to Battle.net, and then for some reason, like all the stuff, like, you know, the stuff that says, like the news bulletin, I guess, which wasn't there because it was offline, was suddenly there. And and I'm like, huh? And then I look at my friends list, and then it said 2, where it should say 0 because I'm offline. I'm like, what the fuck? Like other internet stuff wasn't working, but for some reason Battle.net was. So I boot up the troubleshooter again in case it was fixed, just to see if I need to make a final step. And turns out, all of a sudden, the troubleshooter now gives me the option to like reset the network or something as administrator. I'm like, okay, yeah, for sure. And then I did it, and then the internet was back for everything in the house. So yeah, I think Blizzard. Oh, sorry for not looking at chat, by the way. I was too busy telling the story. But thanks, Mendez, for the host. I popped by during your blind run. Obviously, you couldn't see because it was during the blind part. But that was a little bit before I had to leave, or a little bit before the power went out. And then the power went out, so I couldn't stay for a while. But yeah. So essentially, I think for some reason, I don't know how or why or anything about it, but like Battle.net, I think somehow saved my internet. Because I did this a little after I turned the thing off for an hour, but like, I don't, like, that would have worked immediately, right? I just wonder if like the way Blizzard has Battle.net connect to the internet, or Overwatch in particular, made so that it just like woke my router back up. Overwatch just woke my router back up, so I pretty much owe Overwatch not missing a Salmon Run, which answers the question of, is there a Salmon Run? Oh, it's auto-hosting, I see. Man, I can't read. Well, thanks for the auto-host anyways, Mendez. Not entirely sure how auto-host works, but I prefer to keep mine relatively clean. Outside of raids. Blizzard fighting cancer and saving the internet. Exactly! What, like, surely something about Overwatch's thing must have sparked it back to life. Like Overwatch was a defibrillator. But yeah, I don't know what I want to do with topics or whatever. Gavin did reach out during Discord, but I was kind of like, I had Twitch open, and as I said before, I couldn't have anything else on, so I just kind of kept it open, and then I kind of started taking a nap. Like, I just dozed off. I kind of missed his messages for a while. So if he's watching this, that's why I was really late on that. By the time I pretty much got back, he was offline. So I'm assuming he went to bed. So that's why he's not here right now. To be fair, it is like midnight my time now, about. Salmon Run ends in 2 hours. I mean, I don't know if he gets up in 2 hours. He can do one. He probably won't, but he did seem to go to bed pretty early. Yeah, there are topics. The like Overwatch Mercy Skin thing was one of them that I wanted to talk about with him today, but obviously we can't do that. So I don't know if I want to talk about it now and then talk about it again later or what. I've just like, man, I just can't believe the internet being out is so bad. Like, you know, you could play so many games offline. I was actually tempted to be like maybe I'll just record Breath of the Wild, because you could probably play Breath of the Wild for hours and hours and hours and hours, and that would keep me entertained and shit, and then I would still be recording it. And then I was like, well, I don't want to kind of deprive people of the live aspect of that. I wasn't sure how many people cared, so I was gonna like put up a poll or something and try to make it so people knew that I was fine with not doing it if people wanted to watch, but it turns out that's not a problem. But I don't know if that would have been my backup plan, because like normally I stay up until like 2 and then I wake up and then I do like an hour of internet stuff and then I walk my dogs, and then by that point I would be done. But like, once again, it's just 12 right now and the internet only came back around an hour ago or so. So I don't know if I would have made it otherwise. Maybe I would have done Breath of the Wild, or maybe I would have been like, let's go back to Odyssey, haha. At least recorded that. Like, thank God OBS can record without internet. There's no reason why it wouldn't, but like, just made me think. You good? Nope. I like how that person started camping this dude and then fucking bailed the moment I came around and showed a bit of interest. Yeah, I'm keeping the horde back. I think that this is an important job. Please let me get that egg, because I did an important job of keeping the horde back. Yeah, I got the Mercy skin, and I also kind of idled in the first 2 Overwatch streams to get all the sprays. It took a bit, because like I was like, okay, after 2 hours of work, and then they didn't give me a pop-up for anything. But then after a point, I just looked at the sprays and they were there. So I didn't get a pop-up. I figured I would, saying like, oh, you got the spray. And I guess it took a while for it to, you know, register or whatever. Like for the servers to be like, oh yeah, this dude did this. But yeah, I don't know. My strat was like, just kind of leave it open, and then I don't know if Twitch actually pauses when it's muted. I've heard mixed things, so I just put it at the lowest possible volume and had it on the background. The problem is, I don't know if, like, because you know how Twitch has that thing now where it tells like your Twitch friends or whatever what you're doing. So like if you're watching someone stream, it tells it, or it says it. Like if you switch between streams, it changes to the one you're more active in and stuff. So I was worrying while I was watching other streams with that stream playing in the background, if that like suddenly didn't count. But I think it does. So if you were wondering, I think that works. But yeah, it was insane, like all the people donating and stuff. The 2 streams I came to, kind of annoying because oh Lord. They had this like thing where you had to follow the person for at least 10 minutes before you could even chat at all. And I understand they're like big channels and shit, but like, you know, like for the first one, I thought I had to donate like some bits or whatever to get the Mercy Twitch emotes, the like pink Mercy and then the 2 wings. I thought that's what that was about, so I donated 100 bits. And even after donating 100 bits, it wouldn't let me chat in that chat because I didn't follow. And I'm not interested in following because I don't care to watch Overwatch. But it would have been nice to tell the streamer that their bit alerts and the game chat and stuff was much louder than they were. But oh well. Four hours of watching and 2 hours of just having the tab open. I'm like, what Overwatch streamers do I know? And I'm like, there's Stir, and that's about it. And I haven't watched Stir in a while. I don't know. Like going by his tweets or whatever, maybe they think he's a bit too, like, maybe he's not tight with them. Maybe he's a bit too critical or something. I don't know. But he wasn't on the list, so I was like, whatever. And then, I think there was another Overwatch streamer that was kind of, oh yeah, Seagull. And Seagull seems to be, or at least seemed, I don't know what the scene is now, to be like the best Overwatch player in the world or something. That's what the impression he gave off, and he wasn't on that list. And I doubled, like triple, like quadruple checked just to make sure, because it seems so weird to me. But I'm like, all right, so I'll just do however many streams. And if it did require me to be active without just having the tab open, then I would just turn it on while I was doing dog jobs, and eventually I would get them all. I don't even know if I'm gonna really use the sprays, but it's good to have them for like a minimal effort task like that. I mean, once again, I don't even know if I'm gonna play the game, but you know, it's always good to have. It's good to have stuff. And yeah, I did buy the Mercy skin. 15 bucks. I do want to talk about what that might mean, and I did say it on Twitter, more or less, but I kind of want to expand on it with Gavin a bit. But yeah, it's like, well, it's for charity, and it's like better than every other Mercy skin. She hasn't had a Christmas one yet, you know. Just be like the angel that was over Jesus when he was born. Like, that's kind of an easy one, isn't it, Blizzard? But no, okay. Who needs that? So, you know, when I say she doesn't have any good skins, I mean, she doesn't have any Christmas skins, so. But pink is definitely my kind of thing. I do really like that color. I find it very pleasing. And that's kind of my aesthetic, you know, I think. I always retweet, like, fucking magical girls or whatever on Twitter, so. Well, it's basically Cardcaptor Sakura, right? Pink, short hair, there we go. My anime aesthetic, if you need it, right there. But, it fits. I don't really like the ponytails, but whatever. I hate the ponytails, honestly. It has like an immature, bratty girl vibe. I hate that hairstyle. But, whatever. And also that, Kitty, what's it called? Kitty Devo skin had the same exact hairstyle, which was like, oh, it's great everywhere except the hairstyle, so. God damn it, Blizzard, just alternate hairstyles, please? Maybe? That'd be cool. I saw art of the Blizzard skin, the Mercy skin with alternate hairstyles, and I'm like, oh, I wish. Once again, I don't even play the fucking game, so I don't know. I don't know, maybe I should play it tomorrow or something as a thank you. But I do kind of, I was wondering if like this pink Mercy skin would be the Meet the Medic for me. What I mean by that is Meet the Medic is what like got me into TF2, like got me to try it again, and then that's where it clicked, and I played TF2 for like 800 hours since. But I don't know, I'm just waiting for that with Overwatch. It just still seems too intimidating to me. Alright, this is a bad idea. I don't really know how Mercy works anymore either, so like that's kind of a problem. You know, this is close enough. Fuck. God. We're good. All right. Yeah, no, hold on. I'll get to shit in a bit. You can clearly see that I need some fucking. Oh my god. Seen games played without him. Dallas. Is this Star or Seagull? It was a while ago. Probably Seagull since I said he's like one of the best. Maybe he was like the best streamer. Maybe not the best player, but the best Overwatch player who also, or of the people who streamed Overwatch, he was the best. I don't know. I thought him and Blizzard were homies though, so weird not seeing him there. I don't think it entirely matters. I think all the charity streamers are girls. Well, that makes sense. Wow, this is going great. Shouldn't have been reading chat, but it's fine. I mean, it would make sense, Mercy and all, but at the same time, you know, guys can like that too, you know. Blizzard. But also it's for breast cancer, and guys can't get breast cancer. So now I'm seeing it. Forgive me for a second. Okay, the theming of that makes sense, but also, you know, men can be allies. You know, men can care about it and be affected by its negative impacts too. So, but at the same time, you know, men get everything or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna rain on their parade. It is a very curious theming thing that makes sense though. I'm down with that. I was wondering if like Blizzard was making them always play Mercy or something, but that wasn't the case. I mean, I think if I were to pick up Overwatch, I would try to be a Mercy main. Bridget seems weird. Zenyatta seems too fragile, I guess, and his orbs are kind of weird. Who else is a healer? I hate Lucio after he got nerfed into the ground. Oh, but Chrissy's more balanced now or something. Like his aura, his healing aura being basically right next to him kind of ruins the point. I think, you know, I don't really want to be on the front lines. I kind of want my healing beam, and Mercy's most like the medic, and she can fly around and shit. It's cool mobility, and she has this pink skin now that I paid $15 for. Not like that's a problem or anything. I mean, I was like, I'm buying that immediately, even if it is 15 bucks. Because I mentioned it on Twitter, but like, you know, it's cheaper than going for a skin in loot boxes. So, and I would know because don't tell anyone, but I did go for that handsome Hanzo skin recently on the last day. So, a bit of shame there, especially because I don't even know if I'll ever fucking play Hanzo. But of all the sniper's weapons in TF2, I definitely did use the Huntsman, you know, a good amount. So, you never know. And scatter arrows are gone, and that was a skill that I didn't really understand. So, who knows? Who knows? It sucks on ice. I wanted to kill it. Basically, what's going to happen, as with all skins in the game, is I'm not going to actually play the game until they release a skin that I like more. So then it's going to be for nothing. But look, we can believe, right? We can believe that maybe I'll pick it up again. There's just so many characters that, like, I want to try them all and give them all a fair shake, but now they're just, like, so fucking many of them. In Team Fortress 2, you get 9. You get 9, you know what they all do, because they're all very different. You know, Overwatch, you have like, what, 20 billion now? 20? I don't know. Some of these new ones I don't understand. I'm not even, Moira or whatever her name is, I'm not even going to give her the light of day because I hate, God, her skills are so ugly and gross. I hate them. It's just like the MS Paint spray paint tool made into 3D, and then that's her thing, and that's yellow. Just, so yeah. But Chris Moira's the best. Actually, I think Bridget's the best right now, if I'm reading angry tweets right. But, yeah. Bridget's cute, but I don't know if I like her gameplay style. But then again, I don't really know what it is, so there's that. 27! God, that's more than I thought. I was saying, like, maybe 21, but that might be pushing it. No, 27 already. Oh my god. They probably started with 21. And that's where I'm getting that information. I don't even know who the first DLC character was. Aim up. I don't think they got any of the boxes, but maybe they were aiming for it. I'm reading the tweets right. Oh, I see. I thought it was like, you're reading the tweets, right? And I'm like, oh god, am I missing news? Am I making bad assumptions because I'm not reading tweets? But no. I'm reading the tweets correctly, as in Bridget is overpowered in this season or something. Speaking of Star being angry at Blizzard, like one of his tweets was like, you know, she was in the public testing region for like, a billion years, and then she was in casual for a billion years, and then 10 days into her being released into competitive, they decided to make changes. It's like, yeah. They had plenty of time to test her. It's like, oh, but casual players are different than competitive, but They've just gotten some competitive players together to do feedback. Probably, right? Like, you organized this whole streaming event, telling streamers to stream for 8+ hours. You know, I'm pretty sure people would be completely fine with just playing the game to get feedback. For free, even. Because they're going to play the game like that anyways. Yeah. So, I don't know. Going by the nerfs, like, isn't there, like, shield size being decreased by, like, 1 decimal point? I don't know. It seemed like small changes, which are good, because, like, you want to take, when it comes to changing a character, you kind of want to take a bunch of baby steps over, like, short periods of time, instead of, like, one big step, and then be like, oh, we'll see how it goes, you know. At least that's what I think. I don't know anything about balancing games. That seems to make the most sense to me. So like instead of decreasing your thing by like one whole number, you decrease it by several decimal points over time, and to be like, oh yeah. In case the whole number is too much of a nerf, and then she becomes useless for a month. I don't know, it's weird. I thought that was these were gonna be another squid kid like coming up to steal my kill. Problem with Bridget, she has no good skins. Like none of them are good, except for the red one, I guess. But that's just like the simple recolor skins. Because all of her legendary skins just cover up her hair, her ponytail, which is like her best trait. So if you use those skins, you're actually a creep. Sorry, but them's the facts. I just like all, like, other than the basic skin color changes, like they'll cover up the ponytail. I hate it. I mean, I'd be fine if the Christmas one did, because it'd be probably a Santa hat or something, or a hood, whatever. But no, I wish I could have both. Oh God. Is Overwatch League still going? I got those emotes like 5 years ago. Oh yeah, speaking of the Overwatch League, and you were talking about with Dallas, I had a question because I heard this on the NLSS. So is it that, like, despite the teams being like Philadelphia, Dallas, New York, Chicago, maybe, I don't know, despite them being like that, like, I heard that, like, next to none of the players are actually from those places. Is that true? That seems really weird to brand your teams after cities and then have them not be from there. Or maybe I misheard, and maybe it's like they don't play from there, they all play from LA because, you know, LAN is faster and more balanced. But maybe they are actually from those places, they just don't play there. They are really Korean. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's really weird. It's understandable because, you know, there's StarCraft 2, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, that's quite strange that they would... Oh, New York, or just New York is. I don't know. I mean, Rob's the one who brought it up, and he's from New York, so maybe that's it. But London equals Korea. Okay. That's interesting. I really don't know why they would... Why not just name them after, like, animals or something, like all sports? Why name them after, like, places? Maybe it's to build up pride from those places. I mean, I'm from around Philadelphia, but, like, they made their color scheme yellow, so I actually can't support them. But otherwise, I would probably be like, heck yeah, let's go Philadelphia. Because I'm from there. You know how sports is. It's like if sports ball's on and, you know, you don't know who any of the teams are or whatever, you're just like, but one of the teams is from where you are. And you're like, oh yeah, let's just root for that team because it's where I'm from, and then I have a little bit of a connection. I don't know if that's what they're going for. It's just kind of weird. I guess that's true in baseball though, right? Like, players get traded all the time. So maybe it's not that weird. I'm not all too familiar with sports though. But thinking on it, like, not everyone from the Phillies is from Philadelphia. So Also, screw Philadelphia. Oh, Philadelphia's American! Let's go! National pride or something. Also, screw Philadelphia. What's Philadelphia doing? Are they tearing it up or are they being shit? I don't know. It might be the best American team. But like, see what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm from America. Let's go American team, right? That's how these sports teams work, I guess, right? You either have that or bandwagoners. I don't think there's any in between, right? No people looking at it objectively or something. The bandwagoners being the people who only root for the team that's winning so that they can get the adrenaline rush of their team winning without any stakes, you know? Why did I stop that, actually? I don't know if that's what that person was planning, but I'm gonna bring it back over here. Oh shit. Well, if we can like turn it a bit. Yeah, let's go. Alright. Am I hitting this wall here? I can't even tell. It might beat Houston and it makes me angry. But Houston kind of had it coming. Wait, Houston? Sorry, are you telling me there's a Dallas team and a Houston team? Or am I mixing the two up? I don't know. I mean, Texas is big, but it's not like that big. Come on now. Let me shoot down this thing. No? Alright. It's fine. We have quota. I'm pretty much guaranteed to live because I'm a god. So, like, come on, fuck. I don't even know what DPS character I would play in Overwatch. Because when I was like, I don't know who I would play, I started, like, listing off all the healers, more or less. Except for Moira. Scrubbed her from my memory there, but also she's too new, so I'm not too familiar with her, so my brain doesn't remember. California has San Francisco and 2 LA teams. Okay, so I was gonna say because like California is the biggest state, but okay, they actually do have that covered. What, like you couldn't think of anywhere else in you know the United States to put teams in? Let's go. Let's go, Fargo team. How many like competitive Overwatch players do you think there are in Fargo? Let's go, North Dakota. Oh yeah, right. I'm not on a ledge or anything. I was say, was that person like on top of a grower there? Look at that. That's kind of smart, like maneuvering so that its tail is behind, or you know, where I am, more or less. Here, you guys get the eggs in. I'll keep this thing away. Oh, you guys are nailing it. Oops. Should be there to add more DPS. Turn around. Come on, bitch. Here we go. Was that the one we shot to death? I thought the one that we shot to death was following me. Wait, we already have the quota. I wish Pennsylvania was spoiled for choice so I could pick a team that wasn't yellow. Like, I'm like, well, Chris, it doesn't really matter. But then I remembered that all the teams got their own skins for like every character. They're pretty basic color skins, but like, literally Philadelphia's was the ugliest because it was like bee honey yellow and all the characters just covered head to toe in that, especially Reinhardt. Looked like his armor was made of toy plastic. Ugh. Disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, I don't know, like, all this Overwatch shit's making me like, I kind of want to play Overwatch. Florida has the McDonald's colors. Well, that's Florida, Yeah, the weird thing, like, Overwatch is put in a weird place. I don't know. Well, it's just put in a weird place for me because, of course, I already established I'm kind of intimidated by it. But I don't know what I want to do with streaming. Like, at the moment, I was like, all the power goes out and Gavin doesn't record something, we miss a Salmon Run, and then I'm like, oh, well, then I don't have to do Salmon Run anymore. And I just make that sound like a chore, and sometimes it is. Like, earlier today, I really didn't want to record anyways. But, so I was like, okay, I'll do it after the dog. And then the power went out in between the dog thing anyway, so I'm like, okay, good thing we didn't record Salmon Run. And then just kept going like that. But, yeah, it was like kind of unnecessary. Well, where was I going with this? But, like, with yesterday, when I didn't have Salmon Run, I streamed an hour and a half of Nier Automata and an hour and a half, well, okay, it was more than an hour and a half, but the intention was an hour and a half. On Breath of the Wild, well, it's just like, and then Breath of the Wild can go for however long because it's Breath of the Wild. But, I kind of like the idea of just streaming games that I, like, haven't really played for the most part. Then have one of them be a Nintendo game I haven't played, and then have the other one be a non-Nintendo game I haven't played. And then just, go through my backlog like that. So that the Nintendo games are kind of like this comfort zone-esque area. Or like an area of expertise, if I could. It sounds so dumb. But, I'm pretty, my forte is Nintendo for the most part. So, of course, like, stuff like Xenoblade isn't my forte, despite being Nintendo. But, I don't know, something. I feel like my opinions have more weight when it comes to Nintendo games than, say, Persona games, What I think of Breath of the Wild, you're watching Overwatch. I mean, the skin grind's real, so I completely the spray grind's real, so I completely understand. Oh, Breath of the Wild, it's a kind of rickety start because I have to get used to all the controls. I'm looking forward to it, or it's looking good, The thing is, I really don't want to fight in that game, especially with decay. Weapon decay, it's like really bad. And I know there are a lot of item drops, but that just makes it more annoying, and then you can only carry so many weapons and shit, and then I picked up the hammer, and it seemed like the hammer was meant for, like, hitting stuff away, so I kind of want to save it for that instead of using it as a weapon and breaking it. Basically, I don't like the combat. So I would kind of run past the boblins, but it's like, oh, but then you're missing special shit, and I kind of fear that I'm going to miss special shit by doing that. The combat seemed pretty easy. You just kind of hit the attack button, and those guys don't really do anything, but still kind of like, for it. And the cold, there was like this cold trial that you have to do before he lets you off the Great Plateau, which I did do. And that was annoying. That was really annoying. Like, losing health in the cold and not being able to swim at all in cold water. Very annoying. So I'm not looking forward to weather condition shit. The puzzles probably get better, if I had to guess. Like, of course they were simple because they're just showing off how these things work. So I'm hoping I enjoy the puzzles, since that's, like, that and the exploration is kind of what I'm here for, I think. And the story, I suppose. Right, the story was kind of interesting when there was that exposition dump before you leave the Great Plateau. Which sounds disingenuous, but I promise that it was interesting. I don't know where the alive person is. It would be very nice if the game, like, highlighted that for you when you were dead, but whatever. Yeah, I think, like, I just have to get used to, like, combat and, like, the buttons, because it's like, oh, to switch shields, you do this, and to switch swords, you do this, and to switch abilities, you do this. And, to open the slate, you do this, and then to swing, you do this, and then to cancel, you do this, and then to pull out your weapon, you do this, and then to put it away, you do this, and I'm just, like, pressing the wrong buttons, and I feel really clunky and stupid. I'm just like, so eventually I'll get that down, and I think that the game will really smooth out once that happens. I hope. So, there's that. I think it's gonna be good. I I think it's going to be very interesting because I'm kind of an idiot. So it should offer unique perspectives on puzzles and, you know, getting around things. Oh, also, I hate the stamina bar. Of course, it has its use for climbing mountains and limiting you in that sense, but like, just running around the plains, do you really need this? Maybe. I just hate stamina bars. Like, it's definitely unnecessary in Yokai Watch. But in Breath of the Wild, I can at least see where it would be good for balance. Alright, we're having a bad time here. Alright, we're having like a bad time here. Well, there are plenty of eggs, we just had to get them in uninterrupted. So we kill this dude, okay? Figured Jet Squelcher's kind of had a better range there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Just like Odyssey, you'll just magically get good overnight. That is kind of what happened with Odyssey, wasn't it? Like, at the start of Odyssey, I was complaining about how heavy Mario felt and how his controls felt really clunky. And then now I'm, like, spin pounding and shit, so maybe. It's just Breath of the Wild seems like it has a lot of buttons associated with it. But then, to be fair, Odyssey does too. And motion controls. Yeah, game of too good to use. That's definitely going to be Breath of the Wild for me. Oh, I did a whole 1200. I just say 1,200, Chris, like you always do. I mean, considering, because last time it was a solo stream, Gavin, like I did 600 and then Gavin did 600 to make up for it, but I don't think Gavin's doing that. Not setting up already? It's not even, wait, it is Friday? It is Friday. Wow. I don't know what I want to do with streaming, because like that two game schedule is nice, even if I do like 2 hours each or something. You know, afternoons are only so long. I pretty much have to teach myself not to watch, like not to want to watch other people stream all the time, because everyone's streaming at every time and I'm never gonna have enough time for myself. But did I not check this last time? I guess not. This is a fucking lot. Oh my god, this is a ton. Have I not checked it for the last like 5 years? Yeah, and I'm also liking Nier. I actually think I'm getting better at the combat in Nier too. So, like, it's not just me complaining whenever I play as a sword person instead of 9S. Oh, we have that. Wait, did the gear change? I guess it changed because midnight happened. How about that? I mean, you don't need to get this month's gear. It's not that good, but you want to have all the gear in the game, I guess. But I mean, that's like 20 days away or so. And E3 is like a month away. I still have to ask my employer for Nintendo Day off. Because normally I do my work from like, basically I finish by like 1 in the afternoon. At least I try to. And that's when like the earliest E3 things start. Except for Nintendo, which starts at like 12. So I don't think I could swing dog jobs, my normal dog jobs. But at the same time, it's going to be summer, and I'm probably not going to have my usual dog jobs because the kids are going to be out of school. But at the same time, Nintendo does all their shit like throughout the day, and then like throughout the day afterwards as well, the treehouse. So it's just a big confusing mess. I'm going to be on a plane during E3, or at least Nintendo's. Like, yeah, and also the thing is like, sure, you can like miss the event, but then there's like so much hype on social media and stuff that you want to be a part of. I don't know if that sounds lame or if that sounds relatable, but I'm always about that. Like just getting in on the memes and the comments and the live tweeting and people's opinions. I like it. Oh yeah, I might as well add this to the Splatoon 2 doc for when I talk to Gavin. When's the next Salmon Run? When I talk to Gavin at 2 p.m. today. So yeah, the next Salmon Run is pretty much, I don't know, well now that's past midnight, I don't know how to say it. Because normally people are like tomorrow, but then it's not technically tomorrow. You know, on Friday. On Friday afternoon. But yeah, they said like gonna be a big Splatoon 2 update on like 2 days, like I think it's like June 9th, like right before E3 instead of at their E3 for some reason. I don't know what Nintendo's doing. The Pokemon Company did something like that, but that's because they're the Pokemon Company. They're like, we're different. This is Nintendo. Like, save it for E3, right? I don't know. What else could it be? Because it's definitely not the Octo expansion, right? I mean, Octo expansion's coming this summer. Actually, that has a date too, but isn't that like July 23rd or some shit? I don't know. They kind of just pulled that. It's an educated guess. But, yeah, Nintendo does what they want. Fucking Nintendo. I can't stop them. Yeah, I'm excited for E3. Even just other companies, because there's now that I have a PS4, so I can definitely get in on Sony shit, even though stuff will probably be like God of War that I'm not interested in playing. But, and then Xbox and the other companies are always good to poke fun at, or maybe sometimes there's interesting stuff there. You know how it is. You know, I noticed they build the stage for the Splatfest. I never really noticed how, like, this is here for the big wall of posts behind you. I never noticed that. That's pretty cool. Because I was always like, isn't it weird that they have just a big wall? But there it is. It's alright. Yeah, it is like 12:30. And, yeah. So, there's Splatoon 2. Hopefully, if I'm not a lazy asshole, I'll also stream, when I say Splatoon 2, I mean Salmon Run. We have Salmon Run tomorrow, and then if I'm not a lazy asshole, then probably Nier and Breath of the Wild again. I also kind of want to just, like, maybe do a solo stream of Breath of the Wild just to see how much time I can feel like I can sink into it without being limited. So, I don't know. It could just be Splatoon and Breath of the Wild tomorrow. It could be Nier. It could be just Splatoon. If I'm a dick. Hopefully I'm not a dick. But maybe I might be a dick. Or the power might go out again. I don't know. Maybe I have to trim more trees. But yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching solo. Pretty much Overwatch, but that's fine because it's nice to talk about Overwatch if I do plan to play it. And it also allows me to save pretty much every single point for when I talk to Gavin. Because I was like, oh, do I talk about the news stuff solo now, or do I wait? It will become outdated. Will Gavin talk about it on his solo stream if he does one? I didn't see him go live though, so I doubt he just recorded it. So, hey, I'm gonna go before I fucking keep rambling for 30 more minutes. 30 minutes of nothing. Yeah. How do I end this? Oh, yeah, also I found out there's a studio mode in OBS, so maybe I'll do some cool stuff with that. But that's not really necessary for now. Woo!